how it happened, what he wants to do, and how he feels about it. Ruben Amorim has for the first time spoken about his next job at Manchester United just after the confirmation came through from the club. Amorim spoke highly about Sporting Lisbon, obviously, but I want to read the statement for you. Welcome to the Netherlands Sport. My name is Webb. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How are you doing? How are you feeling about today and the direction our beloved club is taking? Listen, Ruben Amorim spoke, and these are questions asked of him after his team's game last night in the Portuguese La Liga, where he certainly knew he was going to face the supporters of the team after their 5-win thumping of Estrela Amadora. He was asked about his future at Manchester United and the confirmed now job that he's going to be having starting on the 11th of this month, and what exactly it meant for him. Now listen, he waited for this. This is according to Ruben Amorim. He waited for Manchester United because bigger clubs, not even bigger, no, but clubs had offered bigger sums of money, but he chose to join Manchester United. Here is the official statement that he made at the start of the season. I talked to the president and said, whatever happens in my last season at Sporting, the season started very well. Then Manchester United appeared and paid the clause for Sporting to sign me. At that point, I have asked Manchester United if I could join the club directly at the end of the season. It was what I wanted, but Manchester United said no. For me, it was now or never, and I decided to accept. Some people say it's for money. It's not. Other clubs were prepared to pay 3 times more, and I refused. Other clubs were prepared to pay 3 times more, and he refused. He's going to be earning £6.5 million per year. So there are clubs probably like West Ham who are willing to pay more and more. Liverpool wanted him at some point. So many clubs have shown interest in him. Manchester United is the club I wanted, and it was an extraordinarily exciting, enticing challenge that I couldn't refuse. The club is struggling, yes, but I wanted this sort of context so I can bring my ideas, doing things in my way. I will bring my coaching staff with me. It was one of the crucial factors I requested because we are together. I had 3 days to decide. I would, and, I would have loved to stay until June at Sporting, but Man United will change my life. How honest. This is the honesty from the new Manchester United, the incoming Manchester United boss, Ruben Amorim. That was his statement, of course, talking about his job, his coming job as boss of Manchester United. Now, even Victor Gyökeres said something because he was also asked, because there have been reports suggesting that Victor Gyökeres will be joining Ruben Amorim at Manchester United, and he's saying he's not ruling out anything, but he's saying going with Amorim to Man United, I don't know. I'm here, as you can see. I enjoy it at Sporting. It's nothing I would think about. I'm sad about seeing him leaving. We wish him all the best. Remember, Victor Gyökeres was on a hat-trick. In fact, he scored 4 goals. Insane. Insane. The guy scored 4 goals. He scored 4 goals as Sporting Lisbon beat Estrela Amadora 5-1. To be honest, this guy needs a new challenge. It's not what he's doing in this Portuguese league. It's not. He needs to be facing the biggest players in the world, the best defenders in the world, for us to be able to rate him properly. But what a player, what a striker, what a goal scorer. He's not just a poacher, proper finisher, but he's also an animated style, forward that I love to see in the Premier League. Gyökeres did not rule out anything. So that was the statement from the incoming Man United boss just a couple of hours ago after that game. So he's excited by the job. The key thing to take from that is that he wanted this. He waited for Manchester United clearly. He probably knew that with the levels he was showing and the interest that was coming through from all these other clubs, it was only a question of time that even Man United would show interest. Of course, he went and met with West Ham at some point, but he says Man United is the club he wanted. because, of course, the magnitude of the club is probably support of the club. People in Portugal, most of the people in Portugal, do love Manchester United. So for me, that's a key thing. That's an important thing, to show that this guy, believed in himself to a point that he waited, hoping that Man United would come for him. That's for me a statement of confidence. And the other thing is the fact that, of course, he's going to be coming with his backroom staff, and those are the members of his backroom staff. I think four of them are going to join him, and of course, the two guys who are always closest to him are the two obvious ones, the assistants, and of course, a few others. But for me, these statements prove to me a man who has got ambition, a man who has got confidence in his game, a man who believes in his methods and his team, a man who knows that whereas this is a tough challenge, he's not shy to come and step up and take it up. Of course, there are people who will feel like he's way too young to take it up. But how old was Sir Alex Ferguson when he took over at Manchester United? So it's for me, I think it gives us every reason to be positive about the direction he's going to try and take us in. And I honestly feel he's aware of the challenges that lie ahead for him, but he's certainly ready to come out and confidently take them on. Of course, never easy challenges managing Man United, but not an impossible one. Of course, people then will ask, is he the manager who is going to finally get to clearly and completely eradicate the player power at the club? I think the Ineos system in itself is going to eradicate that player power. And we know that these Man United players might feel so big and perhaps bigger than him. Maybe some of them are. But I mean, if this is the decision that Ineos have made, this is the manager they have trusted, you cannot be bigger than the manager. This can't happen more so in the structure that Ineos have put in place. So for me, it points to positivity. It points to, good, a good choice, signing a hungry manager who wants it. It's not even about money for him. Clubs were willing to pay more. For me, all that points to a manager who is ready to take on the challenge, embrace it, and do everything to make it work. Beautiful stuff there from Ruben Amorim. So that's a quick update. You needed to hear it from the man himself. He promised to speak about it, and indeed he has. He actually had promised to speak about it on Sunday, but he had to be earlier because Man United confirmed him before then. So United clearly were eager to confirm him. They wanted him. They knew it was now or never. I mean, the now or never was not only for the manager, but for United as well, because like you said, clearly so many clubs were interested in him. Man City are looking for a replacement for Pep Guardiola. This is a guy who probably they could have thought about as well. So Man United were like, we've got to take you now. He wanted to wait until the end of the season. There was no time for that. United thinking, I mean, with 29 more games to go in the Premier League season, there is something you can salvage. We can change something about the season. So they're like, come now and try to help us survive relegation, because at the rate things were going with Erik ten Hag, we could have been flirting. We are flirting with relegation, really. And you know, we certainly can't afford to get there. So I think there is a lot to salvage this season. United are not mathematically completely out of the top four conversation. Even the title conversation, mathematically, we are still in it. So there is a lot for us to play for. This is the guy who inherited Sporting Lisbon in his first season, languishing in bottom positions, but inspired them to winning their first league title in 19 years. So who knows? Well, this is not the Portuguese league, but who knows? Things can turn around, and this guy might bring the charm we need to just make history once again. This is United. This is what we are hoping for. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. Beautiful days, but we look ahead in the coming hours to our next game against Chelsea. Cheers.